Good morning. This is Mr. Hoffpower's sentencing. I didn't see you over there, Mr. Hoffpower. Good morning. Good morning. Are you Crystal Bogan? And Ms. Bogan was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to theft of property, a state jail felony. That agreement was for a 4-year deferred probation with a $1,000 fine as well as restitution in the amount of $9,400. I've received the pre-sentence report. Have y'all all had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes.
And any additions or corrections or?
There's a lot of history, we understand, Your Honor, but discussed it with counsel also about restitution.
Speak up, I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure the court knows restitution, most of the main issue we're looking at, get some of that money back.
I've got 1, 2, 3 and a quarter pages of criminal history. Well, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't dismissed. There were 14 felonies that weren't dismissed. At least 4 or 5 misdemeanors that weren't dismissed. I understand the restitution, and y'all know my position on that already this morning, but there's I mean, she's on probation right now in Sutton County, correct?
Yes.
I have been for 2 years.
Right. So do they know about this case? And what has happened over there, if anything?
I haven't done nothing. I'm still continuing on my deferred. Because I'm actually supposed to start nursing.
I can't understand you.
I'm supposed to start nursing school.
When?
I was actually supposed to start in September, but I had to wait to see.
Are you really going to be able to go to nursing
Yes,
school
ma'am.
with this type of
Yes,
criminal
ma'am.
history?
Yes, deferred. Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back, everyone. And buckle up, because today's courtroom session out of Texas is about to take you on a roller coaster of bad decisions, legal leniency, and straight-up audacity. Our main star? A self-proclaimed Karen named Crystal Bowen, a woman whose rap sheet is long enough to qualify as light reading for the judge. She's here for sentencing after pleading guilty to felony theft, and the prosecution's already offered her a sweet deal. 4 years deferred probation and a $1,000 fine. Seems simple, right? Well, not quite. The judge is about to take one look at her 4 pages of criminal history, including theft, forgery, and human smuggling, and start to
Because it shows 9,400, but then it also, that was from inside the bank, and then it shows 500 from an ATM and 100 from a cash app, totaling 10,000, not 9,400. Is that correct?
And that would have been added on, Your Honor, I think that's a bank fee, I believe. I don't think that.
Well, it says 500 was withdrawn from an ATM outside the bank. Is that right? You know better than anybody.
I only went into it. I didn't have no access to the card.
Okay. So possibly the other person that was involved did that?
The only thing we knew about
That
was
was no-
9,400 that was within the bank.
I wasn't aware of it, Your Honor, when we did it, when I got the PSIs, I was notified if I was in the cash app. But if it was a withdrawal, then that would be her responsibility joint and separately, so
Right, it says, so
that's a request.
the contact from Do Good said that the defendant withdrew the entire loan amount of 10,000, 94 from inside the bank, 500 from an ATM, and 100 from a cash app transaction. It doesn't matter if you did it or if the other person that you were with did it. Y'all were working together. So you're both, and what's the other status of the?
I don't have the other status of another person, Your Honor, this is one who was, that's the charge. I'm not coaching on there. But
Okay.
she's responsible.
Yeah. So I mean, if there was another person, and you didn't give that
I
information,
don't
then
know.
that's, okay. Apparently the cops didn't either, so.
She went in the bank, she was the one called. Size, whether or not she had a conference on the backside, not to my knowledge.
You can already feel the tension rising in this courtroom. The judge flips through Crystal's record like a CVS receipt, muttering under her breath at the sheer volume of convictions. And here's the kicker. These aren't just little traffic tickets. We're talking felonies, theft, forgery, and more. Now imagine walking into court expecting a light probation deal while being on another probation at the same time. In another county. That's Crystal's world right now. The prosecutor just wants some restitution, but the judge? She's having a moral crisis about giving this woman yet another second chance. And when a Texas judge says, "I just don't know," that's courtroom code for
Sutton County. Have they been transferred to Harris County? So you're going in person in Harris County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so it's the state's position to go forward with the agreement?
I understand the court's concern, and the state has the same. Like I said, our initial deal was to get some of the money back on our victim, however, we
So,
understand.
all right, so here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Bogan. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Can y'all hold it down over there, please? I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty.
who's currently on probation, facing sentencing for theft, and carrying a record that reads like a career criminal's LinkedIn profile, just told the judge she's going to be a, now, don't get me wrong, people can change. But nursing requires trust, integrity, and a clean background check. And right now, Crystal's file screams, absolutely not. You can practically see the judge doing the math in her head, wondering, gee, what hospital in the world would hand this woman a syringe? Question for you guys watching. Should someone with this kind of criminal record ever be allowed to work in healthcare? Drop your thoughts below.
Some issues, but I can't with 14 prior felony offenses, same type of thing, so
I don't.
you do.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, how many do you think you have?
I have 3 here and one back home.
Okay, you have lots of them that were at the same time for different offenses.
And I was never convicted, never charged.
Yeah, you did probations for them. Forgery of a financial instrument. March, don't talk over me. March 3rd, 2008, Harris County, 180 days in jail, so that one was reduced. March of 2014, forging identification cards in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, 1 year probation. Same charge, same probation, so that's 2 in Ohio. March of 2014, theft, aggravated theft in Ohio, another probation, the same date, but still another charge. March of 2014, attempted drug possession, pled guilty, 1 year probation. March of 2014, same thing in Ohio, possessing criminal tools, probation, all of that. It was at the same time, but still different cases. November of 2014, forgery, 2 cases, got probations in those. I'm gonna run out of fingers. March, another one, a theft, aggravated theft in Ohio in 2014. Then we go to Sutton County, Texas, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Here's where things get even messier. Crystal's case involves $10,000 that was supposed to go back to the victim, money withdrawn both inside a bank and through ATMs. But now she's claiming she had no access. Classic defense move. Blame the invisible accomplice. But here's the problem. When you act together in a financial crime, the law doesn't care, who physically pushed the buttons. Both parties are on the hook. You can sense the judge's frustration building. Every time Crystal opens her mouth, she digs a little deeper. And when the judge starts asking questions like, "So you didn't tell the cops who the other person was?" That's a giant red flag waving right over her plea deal.
For in Sutton County.
It all ran together.
I understand it all.
It's one.
It doesn't run, but that's not how it works.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When it runs together, it just means you're serving it at this. I'm rejecting the plea agreement. I'm resetting your case for 3 weeks. We'll see you back in 3 weeks. Y'all can talk about it then. You're at, ma'am,
What?
this is not going to help.
It don't matter. My life's going on.
Well, looks like you did that, not me. I'll see you in 3 weeks. Come on, hold on, get her, don't let her go. Come back. Everybody heard it.
You're bullshit.
Come back.
You're a lawyer.
I told my lawyer he was bullshit. I didn't say that.
You don't talk like that to anybody in this case because he didn't do this either, you did.
He got me the plea.
He did get you he did a great job. I'm going to find at this time that your bond is not sufficient because of your attitude and because of your criminal, because of your,
I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna lose my job and everything too.
Well, maybe you shouldn't cuss at your lawyer. Maybe you shouldn't have this attitude here in the courtroom. I'm going to raise your bond. What's the bond currently set at? Don't cry now after saying it's bullshit to him and acting like this in here. Stop. No, you're going to make it worse. You're just going to make it worse. You should, when I told you a minute ago to stop, you should have stopped when I told you to. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000. Go back with the bailiff.
This is the moment where everything flips. The judge hesitates, visibly uncomfortable with the plea deal. And here's why it matters. In Texas, even if the prosecutor and defense agree on a sentence, the judge has the final say. Ristel was about to walk away with deferred adjudication. A deal so generous it could have wiped the conviction clean if she finished probation. But after seeing that criminal history, the judge's conscience is kicking in hard. You can hear the disbelief in her voice. "I just can't believe I'm even considering doing this." That's the sound of a judge realizing she's about to rubber stamp a mistake.
Mr. McCoy is here today. I've revoked his release based on his new charge. He held without bond on that. What else do we have? And Mr. McCoy, you understand that you're representing yourself. I have found you competent to represent yourself. At any point in time, these procedures, you can ask an attorney if he appointed to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Looks like there's been some, there's been a DCA case filed. I don't know if it's based on the discovery request or not. I don't know. All right. Yes, that's what it looks like. All right. Anything else today?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, first, I would just like to request to have my bond reinstated, sir.
Motion denied.
And reason being, sir, can I please have an explanation why?
If you were out on bond, you picked up another charge, you pled to that charge.
And the only reason, sir, regardless of the facts, the only reason I accepted the case, that charge is because they said they was only going to give me a fine. But the person that actually, was in the fight, they came there and they seen that I was breaking up a fight.
Mr. McCoy, I've already made my decision when you entered.
I understand that, Mr. Clark. I'm just stating this for the record.
You've set the motion that you were breaking up a fight and that you didn't cause a fight and you weren't involved in the fight, that you were the peacemaker, but however you did enter a plea, and that's all part of the record. I understand that, but I am going to deny your motion to reinstate the bond.
All right, Mr. Clark. Can we discuss my case? I was here for a court date on my case.
Well, you've already filed a notice of appeal on the second request for discovery, so I don't know what else there is to discuss today.
Well, and then I was wanting to discuss, sir, is the fact that, my subpoenas and everything never got responded to. I filed subpoenas through the court and to the people about my the videos of my evidence, sir.
Well, if they've been served with subpoenas and they haven't responded, you need to do a motion for show cause.
Motion to show cause.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, what about I just want to know your opinion.
Okay, buckle in. This part sounds like a rap sheet recital. The judge starts reading off convictions like she's calling bingo numbers. Forgery, theft, drug possession, forgery again, smuggling, financial crimes. It's like a greatest hits album of felonies. And the kick.
All the thing I'm asking, sir, is why am I being denied my evidence?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, if Bay County officers was the primary officer, sir, in my case,
Okay.
and they were only being assisted
I've
by.
heard this argument for the last, ever since you've been arrested, so it's already part of the record. I've already made my ruling. You've already appealed that ruling, so we'll see what the first DCA says. I'm gonna set this for a pretrial June 19th at 9 o'clock. That'll conclude the hearing. Okay?
Well, sir, I still had a couple things I really wanted to say for the record.
Say them on the 19th.
Seriously, come on, Ms. Clark, man, we got.
What do you want to put on the record? I'm gonna give you a minute. Go.
All right, the whole thing I want to put on the record, Ms. Clark, is I don't know what kind of beef that you got with me, sir, or Mr. Frank Sullivan, but I keep having multiple prosecutors filing motions against me, the ones that was pulled off of my case. Why they still filing motions
Mr.
against me?
McCoy, I understand that argument.
But it makes no sense because it seems like my case is going nowhere,
Listen,
especially when you have nothing to even
These
try
state
to do.
attorneys don't stay here very long. The ones that are on your case are in another division. I have nothing to do with that. Mr. Sullivan has nothing to do with that.
You know, he just said he does.
Huh?
He just said he did. Though.
No, what I said, Mr. McCoy said that.
Some of these are from 2 different states, Ohio and Texas. That means she didn't just mess up once. She took her criminal career on tour. The audience in the courtroom must have been silently gasping as the list went on. Because when even the judge